Hey, this is Clay Williams with Eaglewood Sculpts coming at you again. We got another little thing we're going to do for you. We are going to show you how to make bricks. Okay, you're thinking, what do I want to make bricks for? Okay, here's the real brick. Okay, here is a sculpture that I'm working on that we're making it look like bricks. Okay, making it look like a brick wall. Now there's a couple different techniques we use. This one I did in a mold. Okay, well here's the smaller bricks that we're going to do, that we're going to partner up with it and make it work. And basically I'm going to show you how to do this. There's a couple different products that I use. There's some additives here to give it this brick effect to look like that. So I'm going to walk you through how we did that. Okay, basically what we did is we took a brick. We found us a regular old brick and we made a mold of it. Basically what I did is I created a silicone mold. I just dumped the silicone over the top, came back in and backfilled it, made a mother mold over it. Okay, so now I got the mold in there like that. So, you know, just pull it right off. So there's my mold. Okay, basic molding techniques. Okay, now the trick is to get these things to look like bricks. Okay, what I did is I used one of the molds that I had from one of my models. Actually, he was the winner of the Arnold Classic last year. He was a bodybuilding champ. And I used this same process, only on a bigger scale. So I took his mold and took these products that I'm going to tell you about and put it in there. What I did is I used the first one, which is called Fire Brick. Okay, that's a product that we're going to be using today. And put a couple layers of that in there, and then I came back with another gray resin, and then basically I drew the lines on there and scored the lines through there. So when I scored the lines, I cut through the fire brick and hit into the gray resin, and then I just got to distress it a little bit and make it look more like used brick. And then we're going to come along and mount this and come along on the side, do a piece with it. But anyway, here's what the finished piece is going to look like. So I'm going to walk you through this. I'm going to rearrange the camera here real quick and let you watch this, watch the process. Okay. Okay, here we go. Here's what we're going to do. Okay, what we do is we've got a product here from HK Research. What it is, it's called a HD 1612 Clear Coat Gel. This is a polyester resin. I'm doing this inside. I recommend you do this outside with a lot of ventilation, because this stuff smells terrible. Okay, I'm only doing a small amount, and then as soon as I get done with it, I'll be running it outside so it'll cure and everything. Basically, you need to measure this stuff with a gram scale, because you're going to be putting MEKP into it as the activator. Okay, so you need to be measuring it on a scale. I've done it enough so I know exactly where to go with this here to figure out exactly how much I need. So that's not a problem. Basically, what we're going to be doing is, again, we're going to be using this. This is from HK Industries. David at HK Industries was so gracious to sponsor me for that. And the additives we're going to be using are from RJ Marshall Company. Okay, you can go online to the RJ Marshall Company, and they have hundreds of different styles of this, and you can request samples of it. It works really well with the HK Industries. They also have some of their own resins and everything. Basically what it is, it's for solid surface countertops, which, yeah, I know you're thinking, okay, what the heck. Okay, now in order to get the little white distress look in here, if I didn't do that, it would come out looking like this. It would come out with just this red like this. So what I've done is I take a little bit of this, and this is, again, it's from RJ Marshall. It's SGL 360. Okay, what I do is I just take a little bit of that and sprinkle it right into the mold. Okay, and then I will take the resin, and yes, this stuff smells terrible, and like I said, I know how to mix it, but I recommend that you measure it. So I know where I'm at with this here. Get enough in there for that. Okay, there we go. Get that cap back up so it doesn't stink up the place, because it will stink terribly. Okay, now what you do is, when you mix the MEKP with this, like I said, I've done this enough so I know what I'm doing. It's 1.5%. to whatever the volume is of the resin you use. It's not a lot. 1.5 to 2% is what you're going to use. Okay, so now you get that mixed up, get the activator in this, and depending on where you're at, this will kick off really quick. If you're outside in direct sunlight and ultraviolet, it'll kick off really quick. Now I only have a little bit of this left here, so I'm going to go ahead and just dump it in there. Okay, alright, now that's what it looks like right there. But now you see as I start to mix it, okay, it starts to come alive and you start to get that fire brick looking color out of it. Okay, so basically you just mix that in there. The ratio that you're going to mix of this stuff is about 50% to, depending on how much you want, 50 to 75% of the volume of the resin you used. Okay, now basically we're just going to dump this into there. And I was a little short on my additive because that was the last bit that I had there. That's okay. Alright, so then you just simply spread it out there. And I'm going to leave this one a little short, make it a not quite a full brick. I'm a couple bricks short, I know. So anyway, there we go. And basically what you're going to do is you're just going to let that cure. Like I said, if you're outside in a hot sunny day, it'll cure pretty quickly. If not, it might take it a little bit longer to cure. Okay, so basically we're just going to let that cure, and that's going to be the end of that. And as soon as it sets up, what we're going to do is we'll pull it out and peel the form off, and we'll have us some bricks. Some little bitty veneer bricks is basically all they are. Okay, the stuff from R.J. Marshall, you can get all kinds of different additives, and also from HK Research you can get resins that are pretty much colored. Here's some that is gold. Here's some that is blue, and that's the way it comes out of the container. Actually, I've got this piece here that I did with the gold resin, and there's no additives to it at all. That's the way you get it when it comes out. So that's a really nice piece. Then there's just about all kinds of additives. You can get all these different stone looking colors, whatever you want. Basically you can just about add whatever you want to this too. What I've done is I went to Hawaii last year, and here's black sand from the beach in Hawaii and green sand from the beach in Hawaii. So I'm going to be doing a sculpture of that. They've also got some silver here. This is what I used for the background for this, back in the back here. They've got where they just look like all kinds of different stone. This is actually from the beach in Hawaii also. Just all kinds of different stones and different looks. So you can just about use your imagination. Like I say, this is just a taste of what they've got here. So anyway, this is just another little technique that I'd show you to try to just change the way you're thinking, change the way you're sculpting, look at what you're doing, and try to think outside the box all the time. If you're afraid to fail, you're never going to succeed. So, you know what? You're only limited by your own imagination. This is Clay with Eaglewood Sculpts, and have fun. Okay, I wanted to go back through some of these samples here so you could see some of the stuff. I know it didn't show up too good on the previous video, but it may or may not show up too good on this one either. But anyway, these are just some of the little samples of the types of stuff you can get from R.J. Marshall and HK Research.